Don't be a buzzkill.
They trying to pull me out the higher road, but I just put my hands up with my eyes closed. 'Cause I'm a rebel, I don't feel mellow.
What's up, guys? Welcome to week 13 Real Football Picks. As always, I'm Vinny, and this is my main man, Shane. Before we do a recap of last week, I just want to say congratulations to Ishmael Muhammad of Boston, Massachusetts, a New York guy. He correctly guessed that Aaron Rodgers would have 311 yards, even though he had 313.
It's
2 yards
to
off.
it,
It's
yeah.
closest
That's
to us.
good.
He wins the T-shirt. Pretty good, man.
That was very good.
Pretty good.
This week,
This week we're going to do Andrew Luck passing yards Monday night. Whoever could guess closest to how many yards passing Andrew Luck will have Monday night versus the Jets will win a T-shirt. Remember to only guess once. I saw a couple of guys guess twice. If you guess twice, you're disqualified. You chop suey. Quick recap last week. Shane went 13-3 against the spread, had an unbelievable week. 12-1 Sunday and Monday. Only lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Hit his 2 plays. Washington Redskins and the
Tampa
Bay
outright.
outright.
7 seasons as the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Western Conference Finals.
I went 7-9, I think.
you're not Vin.
Something
You're
like that.
You're having a bad year. It's crazy.
I lost my 2 plays. I don't want to talk about it. Do I have to
I don't
talk
blame
about it?
you.
I don't want to
No,
talk
I
about
don't blame
it.
you.
And we're going to go on to this week. We'll go over a few games right now and see how we do. Thanks, guys. Before we go over this week's game, we want to just apologize for our member, our other panel member, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. Highlight, not being with us this week.
Where'd he go?
Something happened. He got called back. He had an emergency phone call. He had to go back to Thailand. And I guess he's over there now.
What did he do over there?
Someone needed money. I guess one of his girlfriends needed money that he hangs out with. So here's a clip of that.
Ricky, please, I miss you. Come back, see me. I need that money. I love you. Please come back. I miss you, Ricky.
And now we're going to go over a couple games against the spread this week. First game we're going to go over is the Green Bay Packers at home against the Houston Texans. Texans are plus 6.5. Shane, who you got?
I feel like they're sucking you in with the Texans plus 6.5, so I'm taking the Packers.
That's it?
That's honestly,
So just a hook
keep
move.
it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Okay.
Kiss.
Keep it simple, stupid. I also like the Packers in this game. Packers are 14-4-1 against the spread off a road win in their last 19 games. They had a tough game Monday night against Philadelphia. They won that game. They played very well. Philadelphia is probably a little overrated, though, but
They are.
we have the Packers laying 6.5. We both agree on that one. Next game we're going to go over is the Giants are playing at Steelers. Giants are plus 6.5 in this game. Who you got, Shane?
I like the Steelers by like 21 points. I think they're going to bury them. I think it's going to be one of those.
Do you
it'll be over at halftime. But I like the Steelers. Obviously.
Okay, normally I would take the Steelers in a spot, but there's just a
Really?
little. You know what it is? It's the Giants.
I know they do well
when you
against
think
them
they're going to do good,
statistically
they
wise,
do.
but-
When you think they're going to do good, they do bad.
They are
when you
one of
think
those
they're going to
teams.
do bad, they always get you. But here's a nice stat that I found. Over the last 22 games after the Giants had a road win, which they had a road win last week against Cleveland, they're 18-4 against the spread, so that's a pretty good trend.
But it's
So,
Cleveland. Does
Giants
that count against
plus
it?
6.5.
Does that count with the
I'm
trend?
going to take that. I think it's going to be a close game.
Cleveland doesn't count. I don't
Next
think.
game we're going over is the Panthers are playing at the Seahawks.
I'm taking-
Panthers are plus 6.5. Shane.
I'm going with Seattle. Seattle's been playing great ball, even though I picked against them last week. It's that thing that actually you taught me, Vin, with the looking at it like they're a stock. Last week, Seattle looked like shit, and everyone's going to take the Panthers probably plus 6.5, and
think
Seattle's
so?
going to blow them. Yeah, I do. And Seattle's going to blow them out.
Josh, do we know what the public is on that game? Is it mostly Seattle action? It's a little closer. We're not sure.
Closer.
We do this, whatever that means. What does
That
this
means
mean?
he's got a
Mensa
little sugar in
Mensa?
his
You don't
tank.
know. I actually like Seattle in this game too. Seattle's going to be minus 6.5. Seattle's 15-3 against the spread at home.
See?
Their last 18 games. Well, they're just pretty damn good at home when they're laying under a touchdown. So they're laying 6.5 in this game. So I like
And
Seattle.
Carolina traveling all out,
It's not even that. I just think Carolina just they blew it when they blew that game last week.
You blew it.
Next game we are going over is the Colts are playing the Jets on Monday
Oh,
night.
you got the Colts.
And the Jets are +2 in this game at home on Monday night.
Monday night home dog, that stat is ridiculous. I'm going with the Jets.
Okay. That stat used to be ridiculous like in the last 10 years ago. Over the last 10 years, the modern years, it's not as strong as it once was. The Colts, I'm going to take the Colts -2. Colts are 24-7 off a loss the last 31 against the spread. Colts are also 23-8 against teams with losing records the last 31. So I like the Colts in this game. And that's just some big games we go over the spread, and the rest of the picks will be as follows. Good luck. Now we're going to do our pick of the week, guys. Last week, Shane went 2-0 with his picks of the week with Washington and Tampa. Who do you got this week, Shane?
I'm going with the Cardinals. So Cardinals are laying 2.5 against Washington. Washington covered. They didn't play the best game. They covered at the end of the game last week.
I think they were a little lucky.
Yeah, they were a little bit, but like you said, it's back to that the whole look at how they did. Cardinals look
I like
shit.
this one. I like this pick.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
You're getting the Cardinals at a cheap price at home.
Exactly.
At the beginning of the year, they would be laying like 6 in this game. You're getting them at a low price because Washington's been scoring points. I like yours. I think you're going to win that one. My pick of the week is going to be a public game that the public's on, but what are you going to do? I like the Packers -6.5. I think that division's still up for grabs. Minnesota just lost Thursday to Dallas. Detroit's in a game where they're a 6-point dog this week. If Green Bay can win this game this week, they could be right in the thick of things. They still have to play each team again, Lions and Minnesota. They could end up winning that division with a 9-7 record, and I think that's what they're headed for. So I like the Green Bay Packers -6.5 again. 14-4-1 against the spread off a road win, which they won Monday night in their last 19 games. So that's your pick of the week. And we do have a special treat this week. We do have the guest of Cirque de Limonada. It plays over at the Rio, and we have the star of that show, Joshua Lubuski from Poland via satellite. He's going to go through a few picks with us. He was the 1996 Olympic gold medalist. Do you remember that?
I do. We're going to show you a little clip, but
he got disqualified.
Yeah.
From I think it was from steroids or something. But let's go to the clip of that so you get an introduction with him.
Brian charges down the runway. But then
Supposedly, Joshua was a great football player before he was in the Olympics.
Football.
Oh,
that means with the feet. You know.
Oh, well, he supposedly knows his football. He's been gambling out here for a long
Football,
time.
he might know, but football is
Again,
what
the
you
show is a must-see for everybody. It's the longest-running show, 8 years running.
Football is the most popular sport. You believe that?
Cirque de Limonada.
No, but I mean like soccer.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I mean.
But we're going to have a pick from him via satellite from Poland. Mr. Lubuski, who's your pick of the week?
My pick of the week is the Jaguars because they run fast. And come see my show, Cirque de Limonada, co-starring Marjorie.
It's good. Come see me. You'll like it.
And now, the Spatula Pick of the Week.
Doing our spatula pick of the week.
And now it's that time for the spatula.
Hey,
This
we didn't do our shot, bro. Let's do our shot.
Okay.
We're doing our
I'm
shot.
drinking a beer.
right,
Can we
same
dedicate
thing.
this? You want to dedicate this to anybody?
You know who you are.
My friend had a nice night.
We don't say names.
We don't say names, but he had a nice night, and he wants to say thank you.
Thank you.
And maybe again? Maybe. Never
Come
mind.
on. Salud.
Meanwhile, I had a nice night of working. It was really good.
Yeah?
It was a good night.
Hey, I worked during the day. I got a day job now. It's weird.
Good for you. Last week's spatula pick of the week was
the
the New
Jets?
York Jets. They covered. They almost won the game. And now this week's spatula pick of the week is
With 70% of the public on the Oakland Raiders, the Buffalo Bills
This
are
week's
the
spatula pick of the week
spatula
is
pick of the
Buffalo-
week. Hey,
is the Buffalo
why do you
Bills.
do that?
Nobody.
Circles the wagons
Like
the
the
Buffalo
Buffalo
Bills.
no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And this week's Fantasy Football Minute is sponsored by Le Cirque de Limonada. 8 years running, #1 show in Las Vegas, playing over at the Rio, starring Joshua Habapuskowitz.
Co-star is very beautiful too.
Marjorie.
Nice
She's
hair.
very beautiful.
Nice beard.
She does a lot of flips, and Josh Oskawa is a tremendous athlete. Very good athlete. Go see the show, Cirque de Limonada, 8 years running, best show in Las Vegas. Quick recap of last week. Shane's sleeper last
Terrible
week
in fantasy.
was Frank Gore. He did terrible. Shane's bust was Devontae Freeman. He did really good, so that's bad. My bust last week was Melvin Gordon. He was a big Buster Brown. He stunk, so that was good. And my sleeper
You
was
don't like
Steve
Melvin
Smith.
Gordon.
I don't like him.
I know, I can tell.
Because everyone has him when I play against
tell.
them. My sleeper was Steve Smith. He did bad, so that was bad. This week's fantasy football minutes. Shane, who's your sleeper?
Sleeper is going to be Brandon Cooks on the Saints. I think he's going to cry to management, to Breeze, but Breeze is going to get him a couple touchdowns.
Because he complained a little bit.
Yeah, I
he should get
guarantee
the
it.
ball.
I'm going to say 138 yards and 2 touchdowns.
You wish.
Okay.
My sleeper is going to be Sterling Shepard on the New York Giants. They're playing against Pittsburgh. Someone's going to have to catch passes in that game. I think there's going to be some scoring in that game. Shepard didn't get any catches last week either, or he got one. I think they're going to make a concerted effort to get him some passes. Maybe he'll score a touchdown, get you like 80 yards, 7 or 8 catches. And who's your bust this week?
But's going to be Latavius Murray. I know I always go with him too. I do. I hate him. I don't like him, dude. I don't think he's good, dude. Hey, all Oakland is lacking on offense is a good running back, dude. And if they get a good running back, like, So what I was saying was, they need a good running back. That guy's a pig.
My bust is going to be Derek Carr, Oakland Raiders. I have a feeling that Pinky's going to be a little bit of a problem for him. I don't think that game's going to be such a high-scoring game. I see a lower-scoring game.
Did you take the Bills?
And
did you take the Bills?
I take the Bills?
Did you take the Bills?
I don't know. I forgot.
I took Oakland. You know what
But
you took.
I definitely think Derek Carr's going to be a bust. Doesn't mean they
blocking
won't
me.
run. I forgot. And that's your fantasy football minute. That's going to wrap it up for week 13 of Real Football Picks. This guy out all night, producer out all night, me working all night, tired this morning. But
It's a good show. I think we did a good job.
for Shane, this is Vinny saying thanks for coming to week 13.
Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on ya.
Salute, week 13. Thanks for
Salute.
coming.